Hello, I am Dr. Heather Kneale, and I'm co-founder of Global Nutritional Healing. And I'm here today with my other co-founder.
Hi there. My name is Joy Feldman, also co-founder of Global Nutritional Healing. And we have a wonderful guest, one of my favorite wonderful students, Eduardo from Italy.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, so Eduardo, can you tell us your story of, what brought you to mineral balancing?
Yeah, sure. So I will keep it short because it can become quite a long story.
Yep.
Yeah, so so mainly when I was very young, I began to have problems with health in general. And in particular, I showed very much signs of what we can call syndrome of the autistic spectrum.
Okay.
In particular, the high functioning one. Can you hear me right? Just
Yeah,
stop
yep,
me if
we
you
can hear you.
can't hear me.
We will.
Thank you. Great. So I was, I had not just mental signs, but even physical signs. So I had undeveloped muscles, problems of physical coordination, like my rear foot, for example, tended to get stuck while I was walking and not, moving. In the 80s and 90s, there, I mean, autistic was some experts even used to fight to make people understand that it was an actual thing, and not something that people was inventing. So that was the beginning of my problems with health. I had then other problems. I will not go into details. But at a certain point, the problems were so much that I said to myself, well, what are we going to do here? I am so
Right.
young and I am not functioning at all. So what are we going to do? And that was the beginning, of my journey into alternative health. For personal reasons, I decided to take the route of alternative medicine from scratch, from the beginning. And then I began, to roam around like every young man does. First, I began by watching videos on YouTube, and I began to practice diets. I am, and I was passionate, but then I noticed that diets alone was not, were not doing that much, and so I went on and on searching. Another step point, I would say, was discovering the naturopathy, in particular the tribal medicine uh, stuff.
Right.
That kind of began to put me in the right direction, but still, and I was really wondering what's happening. Why? I was studying the medicine of the tribesmen because my personal philosophy is that you should learn from people that are healthy. You know, you should learn from people that show the signs of health. And from my studies, I was astounded. Wow, this guy's got a great percentages of centenaries or ultra centenaries. And so I thought, okay, let's learn this. But still, I wasn't succeeding. So I began to ask myself, what's happening there? And the point that I was not getting is that like I think that you already said it in previous videos, but I will repeat it. The world we live in is not a natural world. And so naturopathy, as the name implies, is the medicine for a natural world, but we are in such artificial world, in particular, in the micro life, if you go really deep down in the cells. And so I stumbled across mineral balancing. from sources, and I began to read those sources, and I mean, much of that made a lot of sense. Oh wow, that's the reason. And so yeah, actually, so I spent like I think 3 or 4 years, I think more 4 years, studying the sources and practicing it. I even had a small period of time working with a practitioner, and then I began finally to see improvement. So adding, daily detox, supplementation, although at the time was not perfect, but was good. Uh, Finally, I began to, feel my body again. Which is the thing I try to convey also to my clients. You need to begin to feel your body again in order to heal. It's not just you have to be symptoms free. And so that is what led me to mineral balancing. Then in that period, after about 4 years studying mineral balancing as an amateur, I was graduated in law, and then I spent my, 1 year here in Italy. You don't spend time in the in the offices. You are actually spend time on the books. Then you graduate, and then you go in the tribunals, etc., etc. In this years, in this year, I said, "Oh wow, this is an awful job." I said to myself, "I want to do something else. I want to bring joy to people, bring health to people, like I am doing to myself." And that is the moment. That was the moment when I contacted you,
Well,
and I
wonderful,
began to.
wonderful. And you know that it's all of us have been, it's like this, nobody finds us like right away. It's like this, we have this
Yeah,
path that we go through and we finally find,
yeah,
something. And I love how you talked about that. You did all these things, but you still weren't really feeling your body. It wasn't until you got on a mineral balancing program that you started really noticing that your health was changing. And I know I went through that. I know Joy has. I mean, all of us on this program have. That's really what makes it for us.
yeah. I can totally relate. Yeah,
Right.
and
So
agree.
Eduardo, how do people find you if they want to work with you?
So, as I was saying, I until recently I just worked with Italian clients. Now I am opening up to the international community, but I need to set things up. So right now I confidently can give you my mail address, so you can mail me. And what I offer at the beginning is 30 minutes free talk, or 1 hour and 30 minutes talk at the half of the price that I normally charge. So it depends on you. And the address is holisticessentialwholeness@gmail.com. Then I will, of course, write it down. So
Right. And it'll be in our notes so people can see it. Well,
yeah,
wonderful.
thank you.
Yes,
Thank you very
that's
much.
wonderful.
Yes.
So what benefits have you found? Well, you mentioned some of them already, but what are some of the benefits of becoming a practitioner, taking our training?
Oh, well, it, I, it, the benefits were really many, and in particular because I was studying these things, for 4 years and a half at least. Like those sources I mentioned before, for a certain period of time, became, my preferential sources for searching about health in general. And then when I began to study, really I began to understand the dynamic, that are behind these things. And really, this training is great because finally, there is the ancient alchemist used to say, I don't know if in English it is the right way to say it, like in earth, like in heaven, so in earth.
Yes.
They used to say it.
Yes.
And so if you are having this training, you understand your, I would say, imbalances, in maybe in your character, maybe in your behavior, maybe your psychological imbalances that are, common. Everybody has it. And you begin to understand, so this is the heaven, the sky, we can say, and you understand all these imbalances, how are related to earth, which, what is the earth? It are the minerals inside our bodies, minerals are stones, and what is more earth-like than stones. And you begin to understand really that it's connected. There is a connection, and that is fantastic in my opinion. I mean, I can list many benefits, but I think that this is the most beautiful one. You can understand that all is connected, and once you understand it, you begin to see things in a different way. You begin to say, oh well, that is not my fault then. It's just that my biochemistry is a bit, out of balance. I need to fix it. And that gives hope. And that is great, not just to me, but also to people, to clients. But then,
Eduardo, I just want to interrupt you for a quick second. Did you find the material?
Yeah, sure.
Can you hear me okay, Eduardo?
Yeah, sure.
I
Sorry
was
for
going to ask, did you find the materials helpful, the mentoring helpful, the chat groups helpful to enhance your learning?
Yes, I was getting to it, and I also wanted to say that the materials were great, really very. I would say they were both specific on topics and both gave you a broad perspective. So I mean, really interesting, really important stuff to learn that are not that much widespread, Then I had my year of mentoring with Joy, and that, gave me the extra plus really to dive deep into analysis, into how to relate problems and solutions to the results. So yeah, very much. And also the constant relationships, between practitioner in the group chat, but also, then you make friends with other practitioners. It's like it's a big family. It's a great family. When my clients are asking me about you two, I always say, well, Heather and Joy are my two professional mothers. This is what I respond.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cute. That's cute. Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad that you've enjoyed it, and
true.
we're very happy to have you, Eduardo.
Yeah.
Whoever works with you is going to
Thank you
be,
very much.
you're a phenomenal practitioner, and I think you're going to be able to help a lot of people, not just in Italy, but
Everyone.
worldwide.
I
Let's
think.
hope. Let's hope.
Oh, sorry, Eduardo. I think you have a depth of
Just-
knowledge that is really special. A depth. You've got many years of knowledge within you that I think is a real benefit to whoever works with you.
Yes, I agree. I love the word hope. That's my big one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you
When
very
you
much.
have hope.
It's always a pleasure to hear from you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're
It has been
so
a
welcome.
pleasure.
And
Pleasure.
just to say, if anybody is interested in learning about the teacher training, they should hop over to Global Nutritional Healing, our website, globalnutritional.com, and you can learn more about we have a basic training program, the fundamentals, and we also have an advanced training program with materials that are really exclusive to what we have from Dr. Eck. So I think you signed up for that, Eduardo, right?
Yes,
Yes, he
and
did.
I am still studying, and that is the ultimate level of awesomeness. If I can use, a young man wording.
No, your English is great. Well,
Yes,
thank
it
you so
is.
much
Well,
for.
thank you, Eduardo, for coming today, and
Thank you very much.
okay, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
See you soon, and have a good day. and Merry Christmas.